It's your boy Noto, coming to you with more videos, coming to you with more content, man. And in today's video, we're going to discuss three major differences I noticed going from non-select to handsome select. All right. If you're new here or you already been here, go ahead and click that like button. Go ahead and comment. Go ahead and subscribe and click that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I drop a video. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into this topic, guys. Let's dive in. The first major difference I noticed, guys, is basically the treatment of how I was being treated by women, guys. It's just that's an obvious thing. That's an obvious thing. That was the main thing for me that determined, that changed the whole world around for me. Like, because we didn't remember at first, I was never really considered fine. You know what I'm saying? I know was never considered a handsome man. And this is not no gloating or nothing like that. But in another video, I'm going to discuss why people think handsome select men are narcissists. If y'all want that video, go in the comment in the description. But moving on to the subject, it was the difference of the way I was getting treated with women. Before, my experiences with women went more like this. Like, I would be around, right? It would be like I'm more of a brother type vibe. They always say me as a cool dude or whatever. I was always cool, but never cool enough to go, never good enough to go on a date, never good enough to do anything with. Never good enough to feel on or do any, doing any of those things that indicate that they're attracted to me, that they're sexually attracted to me. It was always friendly things, okay? It was always a barrier there. You see what I mean? So now, like, back then, like I say, I've been on both sides of this. I've been on select, so I've came to this. That's how I'm able to know how it feels on both sides, and that's how I have so much knowledge to give you guys. And anyway, hope you guys get something from this. But anyway, coming at this from this way, I was always the dude that they would find as like the brotherly vibe, always being the one that never got any piece of anything. You see what I mean? It was kind of horrible because I would try to do the same things that the dudes that was getting the girls did, but it never worked for me. See what I mean? Like it would never work for me. I would try to play the same tricks with them, try to mess with them. See, when they tease the girls and play with them and grab their arm or slap their ass or something, they got giggles and they got oh yeah and all that. They got that. Me, I got the stink face. I got like, what the fuck are you doing? I got slapped. I got cussed out. That was the difference between what it was when the guys that they found attractive and when me. So now that the whole thing is turned around and now girls are referring to me as fine at this point in time, like that's a big difference. Like, damn, what happened? Like it was new to me. I didn't really know how to take it in, because I wasn't never used to being seen in this light. I was never used to getting compliments like that. I was never used to women feeling on me and wanting to be there with me. I was never used to a woman complimenting my face and my features. None of that. I wasn't used to none of that. So that was a big major difference for me coming from non-select to handsome select because it's just the treatment of women. You get treated way different. Now things are going more along the lines of they want to beat up, they want to do things with you. They they want you. They really want you. But a lot of guys, and I see how a lot of guys can't fathom that, is because being on the non-select side, you will feel that, oh man, this is all they ever want. They only won't ever want money. They only ever want this and that. They'll never want to do anything. They always want us to jump through hoops. And I see how you can feel like that because that's the way I felt for a long time. I felt that was the only way I could get women. That was the only thing that worked until they started wanting me for me. Just because they liked the way I looked. Just because they liked my vibe and all that combined. It just did it for them. And like, that's how it happened. And that's what changed my whole mindset. Because at first, when I first figured out everything, I had red pill rage. And I was going off on women for a long time too, for a good little while. Then I calmed down and then like, okay, I realize everything now. Now I see what it is to be on this side of the fence. Just be on this side of the fence. See a lot of guys that's over there, stuck over there. I can't really be mad at them because that's the same mindset that I had. They haven't experienced that, so you can't really get too mad at the guys that are considered non-select, because that's the way I felt too. So I can relate to, damn, that's the frame of mind I was in. And then you won't really be able to break it, that frame of mind, until you get on this side and see how it feels for women to actually want to sleep with you, call you up for D appointments, all kind of stuff like that, like without having to do any transactions. You know what I mean? When it comes to money, and you don't have to do none of that. They just want to come through, smash it all. Yeah, they don't. It ain't no. It's a big difference when you on this side of the gate. That's all I really want to say. That was pretty much the first one. Most women, the way they treat me, bro, they they always want to do stuff, setting dates, complimenting me a lot, playing with my face a lot, like all kind of stuff. Just big differences that wasn't happening when I was non-select. That just wasn't happening. I barely got any phone numbers, no, none of that. So I know how it feels to feel like a loser. I know what it feels like to feel like women only want this. I know what it feels like. That's why I can make these videos and about all the experiences of being handsome select, because I've been through this. I've seen the major drastic difference. It's not that I was like this my whole time, my whole life, and I'm like, oh, these are experiences that I'm experiencing. You can really experience, see what the experience is if you was never on that side in the first place. If you was, if you was never non-select and you moved to handsome select, how can you notice the difference of what it feels like to be treated this way and this way? Which is why I don't understand. But I'm not taking no shots at nobody. But if you was always considered handsome select, it's just like a dude that's always considered skinny want to teach people how to lose weight. You've never been on his side. You've never been a heavy guy. But anyway, I don't want to get off topic, but it just is what it is. Take it how you want to take it. Second way, the second major difference I noticed going from non-select to being handsome select was the haters, guys. The haters. Like, you got to understand something. When you're not really considered select, when you're not considered as somebody that's cool or wanted to be around somebody else, and like you don't have to, people don't see you as a threat. I put it like that. People don't really see you as a threat, and as in that at that lane, because back in the days, like, actually ain't no back in the days, all the time it's always a competition of getting girls, whether you dudes using money, trying to be flashy, peacocking, whatever. All this, all the whole thing is about getting some women. Everything is centered around getting the best quality looking woman or whatever, to show off or whatever you want to do. Have a good girl in your arm. So if a lot of dudes don't feel like you're a threat, you'll be treated like, okay, oh yeah, he's cool. They ain't got to worry about him. I got a lot of that energy from a lot of the dudes that I was trying to imitate to try to get the girls, like I told you guys earlier. But they probably looked at me as a lame and said, oh yeah, he ain't no competition. He can come around. It ain't gonna make no difference. He ain't no threat. But it's crazy that now that the same guys, now I'm getting mean mugs and all this, when other girls giving me choosing signals, when other girls noticing me and wanting to be with me, giving me compliments, wanting to saying I'm fine and wanting to be around me, wanting to give me their number, want to meet up with me, go on dates, whatever. Now all of a sudden, since you're competition, that's a major difference I noticed. When I was competition, now you're a threat. You see what I mean? Like back then, say for instance, it's almost like you were a nerd in high school or something. People see you as a nerd, or not saying that nerds can't be select, because you could, but you could be a non-select nerd, and people don't really see you as a threat. So they'll be like, oh yeah, he can just come around. Oh yeah, it don't matter. He can come watch practice or whatever. But say for instance, that nerd transforms and becomes select. Now all of a sudden he gonna be looked at as, they're gonna be hating on him. Like, what he doing coming around here, man? Now the girls requesting him. That's gonna add more to the hate. Now the girls asking for him to be there, and they were like, why they ain't asking for me? And you was already select with some of the girls, but now you still hating on this guy because he changed his life or whatever. So a lot of this hate has come from other select guys. Yeah, the jocks or whatever. Yeah, select doesn't always have to be some fashion model or something like that. The jocks, most of the jocks and all that in school are most likely to select guys in that area, in that realm. Whatever who select is being like the guy that the women want to sleep with. That's just basically when you look at it, basically there's other factors too, but that is the basic premise of this whole thing. That's the basic thing of being select. Being the man that the women want to sleep with. So you end up coming up with that. You end up changing to that. You end up getting the haters, and I was like, damn. that didn't see you as a threat at first. Now all of a sudden, no. Now they want to hate on you. At first, they was cool with you. You know what I'm saying? They'll be cool with you if you're not. They gonna see you as competition. They'll be cool with you then. They'll be like, oh yeah, you cool, yeah, whatever. But now all of a sudden they don't want to invite you to the parties no more. They don't want you coming around the club. Now you come into a spot, they mean mugging, whatever. Those same guys that used to look down on you. Those same guys that tried to big bro you and little bro you. The same guys that tried to one up you. They try to play you false dreams and try to play you out to the ugly chick while they trying to bash the fine chicks. Those same guys will be the ones that be hating on you. For sure. And a lot of times you can go from high school and you come in life now, a lot of those guys ain't doing shit now while you going up. Not even, and it doesn't even have to do it financial wise. They basically just fell off physically. You know what I mean? They don't appear, they don't have the same effect as they did before. And a lot of them still trying to hang on to high school clout, college clout, whatever. A lot of them lost it and they fell off and they just don't want to admit that. They don't want to grasp that. And they can't stand the fact that you came from where you came from, and they say they feel like they still know you because they're judging you from off the old you when you was non-select, but now they can't accept the fact that you're actually getting women now. So they feel like they can come at you the same way. You know, so they'll feel like, oh yeah. They'll try to do that. That's a major difference I noticed too. You'll get haters, and those from those same guys, bro. You'll get haters from those same guys. And the third major difference I noticed, and this came from myself when I went from non-select became handsome to select, it's my psychology. Everything that changed for me, like being there now that I know that I have this ability, that changed my whole mindset. That changed everything that I had to do with the way I saw the world, the way I saw women, the way I saw how everything really, really works. Coming from this end of being treated like trash to being treated like something of value. Ever since I had my glow up, that shit just changed. Now I can say, I ain't gonna lie, at first it did give me the big head, but I'm like, it's not saying that you can't be humble. But there's a difference between being humble and downplaying yourself. That's one thing I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna downplay myself. Okay, I know what the fuck I look like now. I look good. Damn it, I know I look good now. So I'm not gonna be treated and I'm not gonna be subjected to any mediocrity anymore. That's no longer the standard. See, you non-select, it's almost like when you non-select, you gotta take what you can get type deal. You in that mind frame. I'm gonna take what I can get. I don't feel like I look like this, so I'm just gonna take whatever come at me and just be happy with it and be complacent. But when you become select, you feel like, okay, I got an option. I got to deal with this shit. You see what I mean? But that can be seen as being arrogant. That can be seen as being narcissistic. That can be seen as being sadistic. When you know your worth, you literally know your worth. That okay, I'm not gonna settle for this. This ain't the type of caliber chick that I know I can do better. I've attracted better looking chicks than this, so I don't have to settle for that. And it is what it is. I worked on myself to get there, and it happened for me. And most of my journey came from pretty much just losing weight. I always had the features. I always had the features or whatever, but it just like my fat was just blocking my features, my face and all in my body. It was blocking everything. But when everything started dialing in, that's when everything changed for me. For me, it was weight loss. For you, it could be something else. It could be a new hairstyle. It could be a different style or whatever. You never know. I'm not just saying that it's automatically make you select, but it's like what I'm saying. Pretty much working on your base form is what I'm trying to get at. Your base form, your body, change your physicality as much as you can to make that look the best way you make it. Then everything else just be an add-on to that. You know what I'm saying? So you can be in your base form. Your style can be your Super Saiyan. Your game can be Super Saiyan 2. You know all that. You want to take it in Dragon Ball Z, but your body and your physicality and your aura and your demeanor gonna come a little late. Like I'm talking about the psychology now, because if you non-select, you psychologically don't feel like you're up there. So you're not gonna have that aura until you start getting those reactions. That's what happened to me. That's what's gonna happen to a majority of dudes. A lot of dudes don't feel like they ain't gonna feel like what it is to be handsome select until they get that treatment. A lot of dudes are used to being transactional with women, so now they don't feel like they can do anything and they don't feel like they look like much. Okay, this is the only thing I have to offer. So I feel like I gotta be flashy. I gotta peacock in this manner and that's the only way I can get one. But until they change that, until they get those compliments, until they get those women treating them in this manner, like they want to sleep with them, like they want to actually get with them, they're making plans and actively pursuing them. Those are the only way these types of guys are going to do it. That's the only way they're going to change their demeanor. But as far as your base form, you have complete control over that. You control what you eat. You control how you work out. You control the type of things you use for your skincare. You control everything that goes into your body that'll help you radiate. That'll help you glow up. Any man can glow up. No matter how ugly you feel like you look, any man can glow up and make you. Any man can look better than you currently do. Anybody can progress. Now, your progression might be different from somebody else's progression, but you can always progress. And once you feel like you got to the level of progression where you feel like you've done your best, most likely in the body, because a lot of dudes, you can't really do nothing about your face, but you can make your body look as best way as you can. So it is what it is. Select ain't in the face. And a lot of women these days aren't just looking at nobody's face. Just keep it a buck. Now you can have a face and your body, but it is what it is. That's rare. That's rare. But at the same time, that's something I've been blessed with. I'm able to have a handsome face and an admirable body. It just is what it is. That's the hand I was dealt. If I was dealt with a different hand, I will make that hand the best hand I can make it. I'll get as many books with that hand as I can, and I'll just go truck with it. It just is what it is. You got to work with what you got, and this is what I got, and what you got is what you got. You see what I mean? And that's what changed my psychology. Once you get to that, and I was like, damn. After that experience I had, like I told y'all in that other video, and I was like, man, this shit, I ain't finna deal with this shit. I know I can evolve. So I did my best, and I lost well over 100 pounds. Yes, I was at my heaviest. I was like 265. I lost damn near 100 pounds. Now I'm like in my 170s. Yeah. So you do the math with that. It is what it is. You can be the best way you can. And once I've done that, the reactions changed drastically, completely. And girls, you would have thought I won the lottery. As many people coming in my inbox talking about, damn. I had these twin girls talking about, oh man, me and my sister were talking about how fine you done got all this. And it comes from when you come from non-select to select. And when women always talking about, oh, you came a long way. Oh yeah, that means you fine now. I see when you hear stuff like that, that's when you know that you've come a long way, that you've changed. They see your change, and they like what they see. But anyway, it's your boy Nodo. Coming to you more videos, coming to you more content, man. And if you're enjoying the content, go ahead and click that like button, and comment, go ahead and click that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I drop a video. And remember, guys, anybody can improve themselves, they willing to work at it. I'm out.